Who's the best movie reviewer through and through? That's Movie Mania on YouTube. That's who. Why don't you stay a while and have your life reviewed?
Hello, everybody. It is Matt, and it is Fiendish Friday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor, like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I do have an awful lot I like to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day. Such as today, I give you a brief synopsis, starring cast, director, there's only one here. Runtime of the cut I am watching, along with a link for a trailer and a link for where you can watch this bad boy on Amazon Prime. So I give you a nice little tidbit of information there for you. So now that I got all that said and mind, all that out of the way, let's roll on to the film of the day. And today's is a very interesting one. It really made me put on my thinking hat and really just ponder what it was I just watched. It's wild. It's an interesting new idea that I didn't really ever see anybody else do it. At least with the twist at the end, that was what ultimately set it over the top. I'm not gonna lie. I saw it going in certain directions, but eventually it totally blew my mind and went a completely different direction. And now the movie that we are reviewing for the day is called Look Into the Fire. It's released back in 2022, so it's got a couple years on it. It's running at an hour and 45 minutes, not rated, of course. It's starring Gregg Henry, Jackie Dallas, Nikki Jordan, and Artie Shase. And it's directed by Tim Morrill. This would be the first film of Tim's that I've got to see. Hopefully I get to see more in the future because I liked what I saw here. Now, what exactly is Look Into the Fire about? It's about a group of students, mainly this one named Adam, played by Artie Shase. He is coming up with this theory about unlocking memories through scanning their brains, and it looked like a CAT scan type machine, and they're able to they're trying to plant a memory into them and see if they bring it out with them, which it does eventually get there, but all the while this is going on, they're having a hard time finding subjects that are willing to do this experiment. And then they eventually come up with the idea that Adam will have it done on himself. They implanted something into his brain. It was the word cabin, if I remember correctly. But he wakes up and he has no short-term memory whatsoever. He doesn't know his name, where he's at, what's going on, why he's there, what they're doing. He knows nothing. That's the one part of it it's predictable. Is like, okay, this is going to happen. But it goes in directions like little tidbits of things that happen throughout. Like there's a companion, not companion, I would say a co-student that is a part of the team named Samantha. She helps Adam get home that first night. She stays with him. eventually Adam's girlfriend comes in, and she thinks the worst automatically, and she leaves, rushes out of there type ordeal. Um, and then eventually Adam's sister Janet, stepsister I should say, named Janet, comes into the story. Basically, what happens is Adam ends up in the hospital. Um, he tried to overdose on his medications, and and he hit his head really bad when he fell, because he passed out and fell. Um, and that's how Janet gets back into his life, because it had been I think years since they said that they talked to each other. And then there's this whole background of them at a cabin when they are very young, and Adams keeps seeing this vision of a young Adam with a axe, and then you hear like chop him up, and chop him up for the fire, things like that. Um, it goes in wild directions. I'm not gonna lie, I really liked it. Um, the Janet character is played really well in my opinion, because she's kind of like overbearing, and kind of to the point of being obnoxious, kind of. And I think she did a great job playing that role. But anyways, let's talk about the three things that I love my movies to meet. First and foremost is the audio. The audio is very good in this. It is a tip-top professional job. Some of the best audio I've seen in a while. Maybe because the last one I reviewed had kind of so-so sound. This was just a breath of fresh air. But it really there's no dips in the audio, no outside interference, no static, no backfeed, none of that stuff going on. So I'm going to give it an A plus on that audio. Second thing is dialogue. Dialogue is always something that I'm very critical about, because a lot of times with films, they either get too smart for what they're trying to do, and they talk above the heads of their crowd. This doesn't do that. It doesn't get where it feels like it's talking above you and making you feel like you're not smart enough to understand or comprehend this film. I think they make it smart enough and dumb enough for all of us to be able to view, if that makes sense. Because they do use like regular like hospital jargon and stuff here and there, but they do have regular type dialogues. Like between the Adam and his girlfriend, or Adam and his sister, Samantha and Janet. It really has a great structure with the dialogue in it. I really enjoyed it, and I thought they did a great job with that. It sounded hip, modern, and cool. So it's going to get another A plus. Now, the third thing that I'm always very critical about is editing. The editing is done very well as well. There's no weird little jumps in it that make no sense. It keeps a good steady pace. It does run at that hour and 45-minute marker, but it does keep a good pace throughout that. I never once was checking to see how much time was left on the marker, but it's well worth your watch as far as the editing wise goes as well. That's getting another A plus. Now I'm going to give it my final score of A through D, or A through F. I'm going to give this thing a B, or not a B, an A. I'm sorry. I want to give it a solid A. It's almost an A plus. It's almost quite there. A 4 out of 5. That's what I was trying to get at. It's a 4 out of 5, so it's almost that 4.5 out of 5. It's Really good on all the aspects of this film. I highly recommend Look Into the Fire. Please go out onto Amazon Prime. I think I saw on IMDb it's listed on Roku, Tubi, and I can't remember what the other one was. They listed it along with Prime. But anyways, check it out. Love you, love your faces, and as always, peace.